I assume it's safe to say for many of you out there that your music taste has been influenced at least a little bit by the musical taste of your parents. And that's certainly been the case with me. For example, I remember when I was a kid riding in the backseat of the car with my mother. She would be playing Bob Dylan nonstop. That's why my name's Dylan. She'd be playing the Bee Gees, Hall & Oates, and later on I was like, hey, you have any music suggestions? And she gave me a CD of James Taylor's greatest hits. So today I'm going to be playing a song by James Taylor. The song is Walking Man. It was written in 1974. Some of you might be thinking, well, that one's not as old as the other songs he's done. And some of you might be saying, oh, all this music is so old. So it just depends on how you look at it. So for me, a piece that was written, or a song, I should say, that was written in the 1970s, well, that's ancient to me. I wasn't even a thought yet. My interest is all over the place, is what I'm trying to say to you. And it goes all the way back to John Dowland, and it goes up to Bobby Caldwell for the most part, and a lot of names in between, a lot of different genres. I really don't discriminate in the music that I listen to. I always try, as a music educator, to be positive and to try to encourage people to listen, because when I was in college, I had a lot of professors who, I don't know, it was just like your music taste it just wasn't as interesting as their music taste, because you didn't love the exact composer they love. Those of you who are in music college, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about, and it probably drives you up the wall, and it really should. So anyway, but that's a completely different topic. Like I said, I don't discriminate against any kind of music, so long as it's really well constructed. If I sit down at the piano and I lay your sheet music in front of me, or your lead sheet, or your chords, or whatever, and I see that they do the same thing over and over and over again with really no variation to it, my mind just, I can't grasp onto that for very long. Everybody's got to make those decisions for themselves, but the thing that I've noticed is marketing and record sales and the whole entire environment of music became completely advertising, completely revenue driven, and I don't think that this is too controversial a statement here, but just because something sells does not mean it's good. Just because something's popular does not mean it's good. And this is what our music industry is going through right now. You know, I digress. My point being, if it's well-constructed music, I'm gonna enjoy it. I have no other option. And James Taylor's music, from the chords that he uses, a lot of extended harmony. You know what I mean? Not just E major 9 chords. Whenever I see any songwriter, musician, composer start using that kind of extended harmony, putting some extra things in there that are gonna hold your attention a little bit longer. James Taylor also jumps into a bunch of key changes. A lot of his songs have wonderful key changes in them. Once you start finding that kind of nuance, that complexity within these kinds of pieces, it really, really draws me in. So, this might not be the most ancient musical treasure in the world, but it is certainly a beautifully constructed song, and kind of funky at times, a little groovy. So I hope you enjoy my rendition of Walking Man by James Taylor.
Moving in silent desperation, keeping an eye on the Holy Land, a hypothetical destination. Say, who is this walking man? Well, the leaves have come to turning, and the goose has gone to fly. Bridges are for burning, so don't you let that yearning pass you by. Walking man walks
And yeah, that's about all I've got. So if you'll hit, there's a like button somewhere around here. That like button's very helpful, and you might not know that. So I'm sorry to have to do this to you, but I'll sit here and wait. Did you hit the button yet?